Getting a personality is like getting into Area 51 if the security guard was Helen Keller. It's significantly easier than most people assume. Think about how it worked when you were a kid. Your entire identity was built on a few hyper-specific fixations. You were the Harry Potter kid who knew frog facts and was weirdly good at Connect 4. Within 40 seconds of meeting an adult, they knew exactly who you were. But as an adult, that specificity often disappears. When a stranger asks what you do for fun, you might find yourself unable to name a single hobby or interest. Repeating that cycle 82 times in a row makes it feel like you simply don't have any interests left. This sense of being socially boring happens when you lose the hyper-specific traits that once made you easy to categorize. Most internet advice suggests taking a pottery class or traveling to find yourself. This is usually extrovert propaganda.
Extroverts can make generic topics interesting by using social wizard tactics that an introvert might recognize but can never quite pull off. Real memorability comes from having clear, unusual traits that people can associate with you. You see this with figures who dominate the public consciousness, like Elon Musk or Adele. They are anchored by specific, identifiable traits that make them impossible to forget. Reading books or going on trips won't make you interesting if those experiences stay isolated and don't form a cohesive hook. The objective is to give people one distinct thing to remember about you, so you have something real to talk about. There is a specific strategy for this called the spike method. This is the same logic regular students use to get into Ivy League schools without needing to donate a building. Admissions officers see thousands of well-rounded applicants who are slightly good at everything, blending into a massive crowd of identical circles. The spike applicant stands out by being in the top 1% of something obscure, sticking out so far it's impossible to ignore. This is why the most successful college essays focus on niche topics like competitive knitting or the medical applications of Tetris. In a social setting, people are essentially doing the same job as those admissions officers, scanning you for one memorable trait they can use to start a real conversation. You can apply this by picking a topic that seems mundane, like cleaning. If you spend a month learning cleaning methods and watching videos, you'll soon have more experience in that niche than 99% of the people you meet. When someone mentions they're bored, you can offer to bring a pressure washer over and shoot the gunk off their driveway. Suddenly, you're the cleaning expert with something unique to contribute. This weird hobby acts as a conversational wedge. It gets people to stop and listen, giving you the chance to transition into a normal conversation. A spike only works if you avoid talking about it like an academic. If you've mastered Minecraft, launching straight into a technical explanation of how to beat the game without touching the ground will only confuse people who don't know the game's basic rules. You have to translate it, explain what the game is, how you got into it, and then reveal your specific achievement. People are often willing to listen to strange topics as long as they can understand the context. This is why Bill Nye is engaging when he explains volcanoes, while a person with a PhD might lose the audience halfway through. Using big words in niche terms to sound smart usually causes people to stop listening. The process remains simple. Find something that interests you, gain enough experience to know more than most people, and talk about it when you meet others. There isn't a fourth step. It's that straightforward. Gaining a personality doesn't require you to change who you are. It just requires you to let your weirdest interests stick out.